disappeared in the woods, and she was never seen again.
What?
So that kind of, yeah.
Oh, heck no. In a town of 150 people, a 60-year-old woman is lost in the woods.
Yes, disappeared, gone, never seen again. Again, around the same time that these supposed Bigfoots were ramping up some aggression. So.
Yeah, that's a good point, man. So so there you go, man. Like, okay, right? Add that to the list, bro. Right? So yeah, the 3-year-old girl. Well, that makes them even more scarier to me now. Right now, they got a confirmed kill under their belts, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, an old 6-year-old lady. Like, what'd she do?
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
poor woman.
Yeah, exactly, right. Just picking blackberries, man. All right. So, anyways, that's messed up. The 3-year-old's playing in her bedroom, whatever. Looks up, and there's a face staring at her through the window, and she claimed that it was a large, ugly gorilla peering through the window. I actually had somebody send me a picture of what looks like a pitch black Bigfoot staring through a window on a farmhouse. He tried to tell me that this was the incident, and I'm just like, I was like, I don't know, man. Like, the 3-year-old girl took a camera. So I got the picture. I'm not going to put it in this thing, man. But I was like, okay, it does look like a Bigfoot staring through a window. I just don't think it's this Bigfoot staring through that window. So probably freaking is though. But anyways, I'm not throwing it up on the screen. I'm just letting you know that I have one. She runs in there. She tells her mom, "Oh my God, this is going on. Freak out, freak out, freak out." Mom's finally had enough, man. She's like, you know what? I'm not dealing with this stuff, man. I want to leave. The boys are like, no, you know what, man? You know, we're all in on this property. We're not going to go anywhere. We'll do something. The very next night, the mother sees the same thing through the kitchen window, right? She's looking out. So she freaks out, man. And so they finally decide to send the women and the children away, right? So I don't know, Tim and his brother, I can't remember his name, man.
Mike, I think.
Tim and Mike are like, okay, look, the women and the children, I would have done this as soon as the rock started throwing. I wouldn't have waited this long. Right? Again.
Yeah, it took way too long, but hey.
You know, Husband of the Year awards and whatever. Anyway, so they go stay with nearby relatives, and I don't know how far away, but it says nearby relatives, right? So this was going on, you know, minor harassing stuff. I didn't know about the old lady getting murked. I mean, that's freaking horrible, but on this property, it was minor harassing was going on. One day, the lady was, you know, the wife was going back with her children to visit the dad and the husband. It was the morning time. She pulls up, gets out of the car to open up the gate, opens up the gate, and there's 3 of these big hairy dudes jump out, start freaking her out, you know, giving her the blues. She freaks out, dives in the car, drives up all the way to the house, jumps out. The boys are out there like, what's going on? She's panicked. They're in shock. She tells them, these 2 reach inside. They grab their ARs, right? Which is first move. And they randomly open up fire into the tree line for some reason to let off some warning shots. And that was mistake number 1.
I was going to say that was not a good move on their part. I understand where they're coming from, but it was a bad move.
Yeah. So Bo and Luke Duke just decided to just randomly start, you know, letting off some rounds into the tree lines. And that right there seems to be where I would say, I'm going to use the term, man, that it just jumps off from here, man. So would you agree? Like,
that was, they took that as an act of hostility.
It's times 10 here. So the woman's in the house, calms down. They visit for a little while. She leaves. The moment it starts getting dark, these things start flinging rocks at the house, man. Bang, 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 like they're getting like multiple, like a crabapple fight. If you're from the South, man, they're just pegging this house, right? And it ceases for a second, calms down. These guys are armed. They're looking out their windows. They see one of these things scampering across their property. They step out onto the porch and they light it up, right? Pop, 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 pop. They hit it, according to their reports, they pegged it 3 times, right? It stumbled and fell, got up. They shot it a few more times. It gets about, 10 or 15 feet from the tree line, and it takes a dirt nap. It's dead. Mm-hmm. The rest of the boys in the tree line, man, they lose their absolute freaking mind, right? So now they're coming out of the tree lines, start charging the house. They said that 2 of the Bigfoots picked up the dead Bigfoot. So these guys are like, oh my gosh. So they back into the house. And basically they have a 8-hour shootout where these Bigfoots...
An all-night war
goes on. An all-night war. Bigfoots knock out every single window in the house. Mm-hmm. These guys are just letting off rounds all night long, right? Mm-hmm. And all hell breaks loose on this property, man. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, that is insane to me. Because in Portlock, you never see these things, right? Right. Mm-hmm. So something's doing the deed, man, but you don't know what's going on. They're surrounded. That's the part that freaked me out. Like you were saying, this is probably scarier than Portlock. Because with Portlock, you're getting killed, but it's because you're out in the woods, you're hunting, you're on their territory. Yeah. In here, they're banging on your front door. They're trying to rip your front door down. Yeah. 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 And you're letting off rounds and you're popping them, right? And I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, this is a mad moment, Steve. Like, yo, man, like, they got the numbers on us. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I don't know. These guys are back to back in there. They're on the roof. They're busting windows. They're throwing rocks. These guys are shooting out of their house, right? Through windows, through doors. War zone, man. And it lasted all freaking night. And here's the worst part. It went on for 2 more nights. They came back. These guys didn't. They didn't leave.
Yep. I was going to say, this wasn't a one-night deal. This went on. Yeah. This kept going.
They came back. It's like these boys, like, I don't know. I guess they went to town. They loaded up on some more shells, went back, took a couple of naps, ate some peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and as soon as the sun goes down, these things, Round two. They did it for 2 more nights. That blows my freaking mind. That this was
basically... What blows my mind... Yeah. Oh, no, I'm sorry.
No,
go ahead.
No, for real.
I say, what blows my mind... Why didn't they leave? Yeah. I would have been gone so fast. I would have been out of Oklahoma. I would have been... Yeah. I would have been playing back to Jersey. Yeah.
Keep it. So that's my thing, man. This was a 3-day battle. That's where they get the term siege. This is where the siege of freaking Honobia comes from. Is because it went on for 3 days. And it was funny because after the first night, a logger made a report to the local sheriff that he saw 2 Bigfoot carrying a dead Bigfoot through the woods.
Subscribe now and turn on the notifications to join us on this extraordinary journey into the unknown.